As you'll recall from earlier units, when we do analysis, we summarise it into SWOT, and from that SWOT we look to seize the opportunities that we think are most important, avoid the threats that we think are the highest risk to the organisation's strategic success, maximise the use of our strengths and minimise the impact of our weaknesses, and that strategy is the summary of the answer to the 4 strategic questions. Where are we now? Where do we need to be in the future? How do we get there, and how do we know we're on track? So in order to do that well, strategic managers need to think about what are the options that are available to me. And critical here is that you generate as many strategic options as you can. You want to be spoiled for choice rather than defaulting, as many managers do, to replaying strategies of the past. And just continuing to use the same old strategies, because they become diminishing in their effectiveness. Strategy over time, the same strategy again and again and again. It becomes predictable to the customer, it becomes predictable to the competition. So the key thing I want you to think about here is, how do I generate a range of options? How do I tap into the engaged employees and get them as a source of competitive advantage? How do I maximise the engagement of key stakeholders in helping us understand what the future looks like and helping us to generate a future? How do I come up with technology as a game changer, or employee technology as a game changer? How do I use intellectual property, or intellectual capital, pardon me, as a game changer in order to maximise the range of options? But we want to try and generate as many options as possible, and to talk about those many options as ways of addressing the key question of where do we need to be in the future and how do we get there. And that those strategic options should make the best use of our strengths and produce the best outcomes in terms of either seizing the opportunities or avoiding the threats. So in this space, at the end of this unit, what we're really trying to do is to say, having done all the analysis and thought about what all of the characteristics of an agile organisation are and develop strategic agility, one of the critical things we need to get right is, how do we generate as many options as possible and then filter from those the best ones that we as an organisation are capable of employing based on our strategic capabilities, strengths and weaknesses, and the opportunities and threats that we've identified.